The Christmas time can be a great time to do a social media detox. So in today's video, I wanted to share with you the benefits that I've received from doing various social media detoxes in the past, share with you how I personally practice them, and also give you some tips on how you can get started if you're completely new to social media detoxing, which is such an important part. We always talk about detoxing from toxic foods, but also detoxing from activities and things that are maybe a little bit toxic to us or can be, is very important too. And the most incredible benefit I've received from doing social media detoxing on a regular basis is that I just feel so much more balanced mentally and emotionally. And I think the reason is because when we take a break from all the stimulation and constantly being bombarded with so much visuals and information and audio, that we no longer process things that happen through our daily life. So for example, when you meet up with your family and there may be some old topics that trigger you or that have some old trauma comes up, then you don't deal with that, but instead you go with the phone and check your social media, and then you're not processing all that stuff, and that stuff still is going to be in your body. It all accumulates and it will come out eventually like a boiling pot, that, you know, pasta pot where the pasta, everything just boils over. And to avoid that, we just want to open the pot and keep the pasta boiling with an open lid, which practically speaking, if you were to cook pasta, wouldn't be such good advice, but emotionally I think it's a very good practice to just sometimes take the lid off and not be so stimulated. And that also helps me tremendously to have a clearer mind, to have that empty mind, free from thoughts. Of course, I still have a ton of thoughts and I'm not free from thinking, but I definitely feel like I'm a lot more aware of my thoughts and a lot more in touch, and I can be with myself. I can be with my thoughts. I don't constantly have to do something. I can also just sit in silence and be comfortable, and I'm so grateful for that because that hasn't always been the case. And yeah, I think it's just so helpful again to process all the things that happen throughout our daily life. And that way I've also become a lot more clear on what I want in life and how to get it, because when we don't constantly connect with so much on the outside, we're more in tune with ourselves, with our intuition, and then we get these small subtle impulses of do this thing, do that thing, film that video, write that email, and then all these things happen that get us to where we want, which we can only know when we're in touch and in tune with ourselves. And now let's get into how I practice my social media detoxes. So there are two ways that I like to do it. The first one I haven't done in a very long time, and that is to just have 2 or 3 days where you're just completely without your phone. I've done that a couple times in the past. I've even done a 30-day social media detox at one point when I was traveling in Thailand, where my friend and I, we were literally burying our phones. We didn't have our laptops with us in the ground, and we just didn't touch them for a couple of days. And yeah, that was a really great time. But yeah, and even one day is nice. But for me, it was really, really helpful to do 2-3 days a couple times to really find my why of why I no longer want to be on my phone so much, and feel how good it just feels to be with it, without it. But then the second one is what I practice now, and that is just to have a certain time in the day where I have my phone turned off, which is usually the first few hours or the first half hour of the day, depending on what I've going on that day. And then the last hour to half hour of the day. But I do still sometimes have my laptop in that time where I watch a movie, sometimes a movie that is downloaded to my laptop or with the Wi-Fi, but I'm just not on social media. But in the beginning, I really just needed to completely turn the devices off to build that habit of not being on social media first thing in the morning and last thing in the day. So now that is how I roll. I no longer have like several days, because it is obviously a little bit impractical, because you need to maybe tell your family and stuff that you're doing that, and then you need to organize maybe some things. It can be very easy to do that now in the Christmas time, because everyone is so busy with their own lives, getting presents for everyone, and obviously being with their families. So I think it is a great time to do this. Also, to be more present with your family when you're together, if you are celebrating it together with your family. And then what I also like to do is to delete social media. If I do a social media detox, whether that is 2 or 3 days, or whether that's just the first half of the day, or maybe just one day, is to just delete social media. Personally, I'm at a point right now, and again, these are all just suggestions. I'm not saying anyone has to do it. It just really works well for me. I don't have any social media apps installed on my phone. When I want to upload a YouTube video, I download YouTube, I upload it, I delete it again. Instagram is also deleted. I only download it when I need to upload something. And then I still consume, obviously, YouTube videos, and I do that on my laptop or on my computer. Or I have the Brave app, which is an app that allows you to watch YouTube videos without ads. It's a browser, and I have that on my phone, and I watch my YouTube videos through that browser on my phone, because I also don't like to receive all these ads. Same goes for my computer. I watch my YouTube videos in Brave. Yeah, so that's how I do it. And then Instagram, right now, I'm no longer really that active on, which you might have also seen if you follow me on Instagram. I'm not really that active. And I am even considering to delete the app, but yeah, I still, not the app, like my account, but I still like posting on there every once in a while to let people know I'm still here. And yeah, but my main platform where I'm going to be definitely consistently uploading going forward is always going to be YouTube, especially these long format videos. And then also, when you want to do a social media detox, turn all your notifications off. If you have, like I personally don't have like another phone than my phone that I'm also filming with right now. And then when I do a social media detox, I still have the notification for if someone wants to call me, but I don't have any other notifications. And then if you want to do it the hardcore way, you can even take your laptop, take your phone, turn it off, and put it in your basement. That's also something I've done in the past for 2 or 3 days in a row. But again, you know, it is logistically a little bit more challenging, because then you need to organize yourself a little bit. I have my MP3 player, I have my e-reader where I can still consume things during that time if I want to, because I'm not as hardcore where I want to do a whole dopamine fast where I'm not consuming anything. I still like to listen to music or audiobooks or lectures and stuff like that on an occasional basis. But I've definitely come to a point where I no longer feel like stimulating myself all the time, which definitely has been the case in the past, where I wouldn't even clean dishes or cook without something running in the background. And that definitely did not feel so good, because again, you're not processing anything that happens throughout the day. And when you constantly, right in the morning, Instagram, news, radio, TV, I just don't think it's very healthy for our nervous system. That being said, of course, it's all just what works for me. It's all just suggestions. I'm not saying anyone has to do this. But yeah, I also wanted to share 4 tips. The first one is to also combine a social media detox with some solitude, because I do feel it's easier to do it when you're just completely on your own, especially because most people nowadays are a lot on their phones. And then when you're surrounded by a lot of people who are on their phones, you know, our brains always copy the people around us. So then we might naturally also feel like being more on our phones. So combining a social media detox with solitude can be really, really powerful. Also taking it slow, like not going for like a 3-day social media cleanse when you've never done it before, but maybe just starting really, really slow and going for half a day. And then also setting a goal or setting an intention for it. Like, why do we actually want to do it? And any of the reasons I've mentioned in the beginning of the video could be a motivation. But yeah, just finding out why we want to do it. And then also beforehand already coming up with activities that we want to fill our time with when we no longer spend our time being on social media. Because I think that's a big reason why we have such a big desire to be on our phones and stimulate ourselves, is because we maybe don't have anything else. Maybe we have something, but we're not aware of anything that we feel super excited to be doing. So if we have that, then it can be a lot easier to just not want to do it and to just not even feel tempted to be on our phones. And then some examples I have written down here is cleaning, reading, listening to audiobooks, watching a movie, doing yoga, meditating, exercising, trying new exercises, trying new recipes, new foods. And also here, if you're doing the hardcore social media detox cleanse way, where you're literally locking your phone and your laptop away, print out some recipes and, try them out. I have my Flat Tummy Feast cookbook in a link in the description that you can check out for free. And yeah, there's lots of cool recipes online, vegan, plant-based, raw vegan. There's so much good stuff, even free available recipes. Someone I can highly recommend is Chris Candle from The Raw Adventure. She has lots of free, amazing recipes. So yeah, that's something we can use our time for when we are not on our phones. So I hope this video made sense, and let me know what you like to do if you don't spend your time on your phone, like when you do a social media detox, if you have done them before. And also I have a whole video that goes into tips that have helped me to not be so addicted to my phone. So you can check it out here. Maybe see you there or another video, and have a wonderful Christmas time, a wonderful Happy New Year. Bye.